online. We're live. So hello everybody. Can you believe it? Look at the webcam quality. Look at Manfred's awesomely cut off hair. You only get the best here.
Absolutely.
Hey, at least the webcam's quality is way better, so deal with it.
Yeah.
Yes, hello everybody and welcome. I have to look here, that's very weird. Hello everyone to the 6th M8Cast, not the 8th yet, but soon. Today a big thing has happened. Apple's Macs have gotten way more poor. That joke doesn't work in English.
No, it doesn't work in English.
If you, yeah, the Germans get it. But anyway, today
Today with the
yeah. Today Apple, you can't see me actually, I just realized. Today Apple has finally shown their ARM Macs to the public. Finally we could see what awesome things Apple has got in store for us.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what?
Actually, I just break the news to the guys. They introduced one new thing because the rest is all new, well known.
Yeah.
They introduced a CPU.
Exactly.
That's all they did, really. Yes, they introduced new MacBook Airs and MacBook Pros too, but they're the same design, so technically they only introduced a new CPU.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are the breaking news then, mate?
The breaking news, mate, are, look, we have finally, and we love it. Apple has done us a favor. We called Tim Cook, and we told him, you know what, Tim, what would be great is the M8 chip. and Tim said, in time, my friends.
Yeah.
So now the new chip by Apple, probably for the mobile processors, is going to be called the M1.
Yes.
So the M1 chip. It's the first of its kind, of course, the first ARM CPU. Now you might say, how great is it? Well, it's an 8-core CPU. Yes, 8-core. That's probably the entry model, I guess.
Yeah, probably. With a 7 or 8 core GPU.
Yes.
Too.
Yes, it's a system on a chip. That's important to say.
System on a chip.
Yes. So no dedicated graphics. It's all on the processor. Even the RAM is on the processor, so upgrading, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting
yeah, you couldn't do that anymore. So
yeah, it doesn't matter anymore anyway. But
yeah,
you're true. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So everything's on it. You have a 16-core neural engine on there.
They really go into artificial intelligence and AI and just all of this.
Yeah,
so they have this awesome neural engine in there.
Yeah, Apple's really pushing for that, yes. Definitely. So that's what Apple's doing. Yeah, so that's the processor. And it's this times faster and 5 times, 3 times, 10 times, 15, 20, you know.
I mean, really, I think it is a fast CPU.
Yes.
We just don't have anything really to compare it to yet. I mean, I'm sure there will be plenty of YouTube videos comparing it to Intel and others, but now we can't really compare it to anything.
Yeah, now you might say, well, what has Apple shown? In what way is it faster? Well, they didn't show actually anything. That's the problem. They
showed some gaming. Hey, the Macs are the gaming machines.
They showed us gaming where it lagged, so I don't know. I don't know what Apple was going for with that.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah, every time Apple tries to sell gaming for Macs, it's kind of funny.
Just to give you an overview, guys, they introduced 3 ARM Macs and introduced the MacBook Air, which is, I think, the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
Because it's targeting the regular user group type of guy and has no fan.
Yeah.
And how many hours battery life? I think 20 hours.
20 something crazy like that, yeah.
Yeah, and so that really, I think the CPU is great in the MacBook Air because nobody's going to use that for some hardcore Final Cut rendering or hardcore 3D animation stuff, but they're being used by, like, you use it.
Exactly, yeah.
Most of the time.
Exactly, so the battery life, because I think what we didn't say yet is they have an 8-core CPU, and like with the iPhone, you have 4 high efficiency cores, so 4 cores that go full throttle if you need it, And then they also have 4 low efficiency cores, and probably this enables the MacBooks to have such better battery life, because when you don't need a lot, they just turn off the power usage a lot with those
Yeah,
cores.
so that's why it can achieve so great battery life.
Exactly. So that's the battery life is crazy, like 20 hours, 15 hours video playback and something crazy like that. So that's
Still
really
looking through the
awesome.
specs, you can have only up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is fine on the Air, I
Yeah,
would say,
yeah.
on the Air, but on a Pro, meh, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, what I don't get, I mean, we're getting already a bit ahead, but like with the
Yeah,
MacBook Air, fine. Like 8
yeah,
gigabytes, people that buy the MacBook Air, for example, use it for lightweight, Word, stuff like that, browsing, Netflix, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
exactly. And you're never gonna exceed 16 gigs
Yeah,
with that.
never, no. But the thing is, Apple also introduced a MacBook Pro. So the smaller, the 13-inch MacBook Pro with the M1, and there you only can get up to 16 gigabytes. So it seems like a limitation that Apple has right now with their processor.
Yeah,
Uh,
it looks like, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, yeah, 16 is fine, but like for a Pro machine, people probably start at 16, I would say.
Same, yeah, and I would say for a machine that's like 1400 starting entry price,
Yeah,
8 gigabytes of RAM is kind of lame, in my opinion.
yeah, but the funny thing is that even the 1600 one cost doesn't have 16 gigabytes.
Now, I know what some Apple sheeps will keep saying. It's so well optimized, it doesn't need more than that. Well, so what? I
Yes.
mean, it you're getting so little RAM for so much money.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
no excuse.
yeah, you're actually gonna try to tell us the $1,600 machine should only have 8 gigabytes of RAM in there. What's next?
I mean, maybe Apple will come out like later with like an M1X, which is the beefed up version, which can handle like 64 gigabytes of RAM or so,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
and is maybe a 16 core or something. We don't know what they have in stock. We only have this one CPU right now.
yeah, exactly. That's all we know right now.
So,
But
by the
yeah,
way, mate, the MacBook Air still has a 720p webcam, so yeah.
hey, but Apple made a big deal out of that. It
Yeah,
has
we were like, hey, it needs to upgrade it finally.
Yeah, but Apple's like, you know what? We're not gonna go full HD because that would be like 2014. But no, what we're gonna do is we're gonna enhance the HDR on the full HD, like something like with dynamic range and is enhanced and face recognition, because that all comes with the CPU. But in terms of like video resolution on the webcam, they're still like HD. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on. I mean, what?
Especially like because the MacBook Air will be used for Skype and Discord
Of
and stuff,
course.
so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
It
know
really makes no sense.
why they're refusing. Like it's so funny. Like Apple makes such great webcams. They could just like literally take the front-facing camera of an iPhone 7 and ram it
Yeah,
in the
would be
MacBook.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would cost them nothing almost. It would be
So that's
awesome.
yeah. But I'd say apart from that, I like the MacBook Air
Yeah.
with the ARM chip way more than I like the MacBook Airs with the Intel
Yes.
chip, because with the ARM chip you can just say to recommend it to people, yep, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all, you don't have to choose between i3, i5, i7.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think it's more than enough for most people, really.
Yeah. I mean, I have to address this. Of course, everyone's probably waiting for this. Me telling people that the MacBook Air has ARM. Now, before I say this, because I want to make a quite section out of this, because I know a lot of people. I even got some comments. People asking me, "Is the MacBook Air gonna be an ARM Mac?" Because my two most popular videos are about the MacBook Air, and people still
Yes.
keep asking me. So how about you say something about the MacBook Pro, and then I switch back to the MacBook Air, because just need to look something up quickly.
Yeah. You're ready for the incredible news? Well, the
I am
MacBook
so
Pro
ready.
is still the same.
Nice.
Just everything the same except the processor. So we have now MacBook Pro with the same M1 chip,
Yeah.
which can either have 8 or 16 gigabytes of RAM only.
Whoa.
And you can have like a 2 terabyte SSD for 920 euros.
Yeah.
Nobody will hopefully buy that, but Yeah, in general, I think it still has a fan. That's good.
Yeah.
So it will probably handle workloads pretty well. What else does it have? I mean, I'm running out of stuff here. It's the same again with the ARM. Now, before you say, oh, it's the same design, Apple did the same when they introduced the Intel CPU. So in 2006, when they switched over to Intel, they still had the G5 Power Mac. Then
Yeah.
was the Mac Pro still looked the same. They still had the iMac, which looks the same. The MacBook Pro, which looks the same. The only new product introduced was the MacBook, the white MacBook.
Yeah.
So they're slowly like doing this.
Exactly.
And I would even say they might just bring out I think they might do that. They might bring out an iMac which looks like the old with an ARM maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I can see that happening. Yes, definitely.
I mean, there is nothing wrong with the iMac design in my opinion.
No, there is nothing wrong with that.
Because it's shit as it is to work on, so why make it even shittier?
Yeah, yeah, true.
So I don't know why people always like say you need to redesign that. I don't know.
I don't know. People want to probably get a product where they can like show everyone how
Yes.
new it is.
We forgot one, mate. I think the coolest of all, the Mac Mini.
The Mac Mini, yes. The Mac Mini got also revamped, yes.
The Mac Mini is like, for example, we have a 2014 Mac Mini, and it's getting a little bogged down on the graphics side. It has like HD graphics 5000.
Yeah.
And the Mac Mini with the ARM has this new awesome processor. And I would say a Mac Mini for that price, which can cut 4K, that's a pretty good deal.
Oh, that's a nice deal. And you can even like connect it to I don't know if you're the type of guy who saves money on a Mac Mini and then buys a Pro Display X. Yeah, I don't know.
Nah, we're not one of those.
Yeah, I think no one almost is. But if you are, then you can connect it. It works.
Yes.
You can even do that with the MacBook Air now, which is kind of crazy. But
Yes.
so you could display at HDR something awesome, 10-bit 6K. So you could do that, and you can do that. And
Yes.
probably, I think the Mac Mini is also, by the way, cooled with fans. Yes.
Yes, it's basically the same machine, just swapped out for
Yeah.
ARM. So
Yes, with an M1 chip inside, exactly. And I think that'll enable first of all, thermal throttling is probably gone, I would say.
yes, especially on that one then.
Yeah, it's probably completely gone. And I think also with like, because Apple is able to like perfectly sync up their processors with the software, I think like Final Cut is probably gonna be amazing on
Yes,
the new.
all the Apple programs
Yeah.
run really fast.
Yeah, I mean Final Cut was already amazing, and now you just perfectly sync it up with their processors, and probably it's incredible. So
I mean, just remember like how fast iPads have gotten. Really,
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we
it's
are.
only a matter of time, really.
Yeah, we're in a time where we
Yeah.
can like compare iPads to Intel processors. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, here we are. Yes, and what I wanted to say, that's the part I wanted to talk about the MacBook Air quickly, because people have been asking me, David, what should I do now? Because now they're saying, well, there's the 2017, the 2020, and then there's even like when were the MacBook Airs redesigned? 2018 or 19? 19?
I think 2018 already.
18, yeah. Okay, so
I'm not sure though.
there's
I
20.
will look it up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, there's 2017, then 18, then 20, and now this one. Which one should you get? Now, I know people will hate me, but I'll say it. If you're low on budget, if you don't need the newest, most fancy, if like Retina display and stuff is not the most important stuff to you, and if all you do is Word, Excel, Netflix, stuff like that, honestly, if normally you should get the 2017 MacBook Air for a really good deal nowadays.
Yes, and I just interrupt you. By the way, yes,
Yeah.
from 2018 and up, they
Okay.
redesigned it, and also get one used.
Yeah,
Like, it's such a better deal.
Definitely.
Don't buy them off of Amazon anymore. So get them
Yeah.
refurbished or used, then it's even better deal.
exactly. So I always said this. I know you can buy better laptops, and there are better laptops, but why if you don't need it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you don't need it, And if you want, you have USB-A ports and an SD card slot, then yeah, you need the 2017. And I mean, I have it. It's an awesome laptop. Still does everything without a hitch. So you know, so if you don't do a lot, I would still say get the 2017 used or refurbished. You get an awesome deal.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Or
but yeah,
2015 is also still pretty good.
exactly. But if you
Yeah.
can get the 2020 or something for an awesome deal, I mean, if you can, then get it.
But
Or
I
get
would
the
say
ARM.
definitely
Yeah,
go for the
yeah,
ARM.
yeah,
Really,
yeah.
it's just hello. I think David went offline. Well, if he went offline and his computer is streaming all of this, you won't hear me anyway.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, just had to make a little break in there.
Okay.
No, no worries. I'm already back. So,
All right,
all
Maya.
right, all right, all right, my. So yeah, well, where are we? Where we? There we go. So with the MacBook Air, that's where we were. So yeah, 2017 best deal probably yet. But if you need like awesome display or something, if you do something like Photoshop or something, I can see that making sense, getting a better display.
Mm-hmm.
And if money doesn't matter,
Yeah, then get the new one.
yeah, get the even though it's not that expensive actually. We looked at it.
No, I'd really say, like, if you're just a run-of-the-mill guy who doesn't do much stuff,
Mm,
this thing will really last very long, I
yeah,
suppose.
yeah,
Uh, because just imagine, like, the iPad batteries, they don't die really.
it's
They
crazy. Yeah,
just don't get any
it's crazy.
worse.
Mm,
I don't know how they do it. So this CPU has probably the best battery life, and I think that really matters for those people.
mm.
And it will browse your Facebook, Instagram, and do your office tasks, and it will do your Netflix. So
Yeah, it will do probably even more. Like, look,
easily.
look, you can even like do like simple 4K editing, 4K 60 on the
Exactly.
2017. No, wait, on the 2017 MacBook Air. So just think about this. And now on the new ARM, probably that'll be easily possible.
You can easily cut, for example, if you have like an iPhone 12 or something,
Yeah,
you can cut your videos on that without issues,
yeah,
I suppose. So
surely.
yeah, it's a
So
nice all around computer.
yeah, so if you can afford it, go ahead. But
But
surely,
I'm gonna make a cut here.
yes.
Uh, I would personally hold off of the Pro because I think you're right now you're kind of limited with this one processor.
Mm,
So I think they will eventually upgrade it, maybe make some more models, make also upgrade the big one, the 16-inch one,
mm-hmm.
and just that you have more variety, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
So before you start buying such an expensive laptop, I would wait a little bit and see what they come up with the new ones. So, but for the Air, yes, go ahead.
Exactly. I would say the same, yeah. Now another thing that would be that we have to mention. So I would say MacBook Air is an awesome deal.
Yes.
MacBook Air is an awesome deal if you want it, if you can afford it. I would say yes, get this one actually. Um, it probably will last you very long time, battery wise, power wise, everything.
Yeah,
Um,
probably, yeah. If it
um,
doesn't die randomly.
yeah, I mean, yeah. uh, then with the MacBook Pro, I would say, yeah, I mean, surely it's surely gonna be an awesome device, but like I don't think the price to performance is really there.
Yeah, as I said, I like a little bit of variety. Like you only
Mm,
have this one processor, and nobody really knows how fast it really is, and stuff. So I would wait on that.
yeah,
But I think the pro guys they know that they will
yeah,
not
yeah,
go and like click on the and you
yeah. Oh, well,
they're not those guys.
you know the YouTubers.
Yeah, they will of course do that, no problem.
Yeah, the thing is, we haven't said that probably yet. Do you know if you can upgrade to 16 gigabytes, but do you know how much it will cost? How much will it cost the Manfred?
On which model?
It doesn't
On the
matter, right?
pro?
I think it doesn't
No, it's
matter, right?
What on the Pro it's 230 euros, which is a scam.
I think it's the
On
same on
the
the Air,
on the Mac Mini it's also 230,
which is
and
also a scam.
On the Air it's also 230. So it's always 230.
Yeah, so, well, 16 gigabytes from 8 to 6, just 8 gigabytes more, 230 Apple. Have you smoked some weed before? You know?
Yeah. I don't know. But their upgrade prices, they were always insane. It's nothing new.
Yeah, it's true. But that is just even more ridiculous.
The same goes for like the SSD, because they know people will most likely go with the 512 gigabyte, because that's just, people will probably say, yes, but I'm still will be able to do 230. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But 460, that's like, I think that's just that's
460
insane.
460 is a ridiculous price.
You can get a 1 terabyte SSD, only like an NVMe SSD, which is fucking fast. You can get it for, I think, 110 euros.
Yeah, I think so
How
too.
much did yours cost? I think you have a 500 gig that you bought.
Yeah, it's a 500 gig. Yeah.
Yeah. So, or did I mess up not a 500 gig with a 1 terabyte? I think I did.
Don't worry, I'm just a bit confused because my webcam just froze up.
Okay, I'm sorry. 130 euros costs the NVMe SSD from Samsung, 1 terabyte, which is still considerably lower than 460.
Yeah.
But oh well. It's not that I'm gonna buy this anyway, so it's
yeah. So yeah, and how there we go, I'm back. Because my picture froze up. So no, the thing is that I wanted to say is, so what incredible, now that we saw the Macs, in what incredible ways did Apple actually show the products to us? Their performance.
Not at all, right? In one graph, which didn't say a whole lot.
A whole lot, no, nothing. Like the problem is Apple's comparison, and I don't know why they did that. That's so weird. But the whole comparisons were always like, it's 5%, 5%, yeah, sure, 5 times faster than like the last model. Okay, fine, I get that. We even looked it up. So
Makes sense.
Yeah. So when Apple says 5 times faster, they don't mean the base model. They actually mean the highest end model. So that's very nice. So that's
cool.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they had these comparisons where they were like, it's like 3 times faster than the best-selling Windows laptop. Like, well, what is that comparison?
Yeah, the comparison is just shit, because the MacBook Air is an expensive laptop. It's still like 1 grand, 1,000 euros, and most people will not buy a computer for 1,000 euros. They will buy it for, I know it, for 400 or 500, and most people actually lower because they don't want to spend a whole lot of money.
Exactly.
So I suppose the best-selling Windows laptop is featuring like a Core i3, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe even less. Probably even less. Like probably like a Celeron or something.
Yeah, most people don't buy like fancy i5-7 models.
You can't compare that really. That's making no sense. You're comparing a computer that costs like a fraction of the MacBook Air.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so that was weird. But apart from that, like, why didn't, like, back then when the Power PC was introduced, right? They made these awesome things where Phil Schiller walked up and they showed the game and then the render times in comparison to you know what I mean? Or when
I
they
think
switched
when
to
they
Intel.
introduced the G3 Power Mac also, which was their first like developed CPU or something that's not only IBM or whatever, they showed also I think a game and such. So
Yeah,
what do I know?
yeah, but they showed the performance, and that was lacking for me. I just want to see it, because right now it will be incredible, and I can't wait to do the benchmarks. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Probably you too.
It's probably the I'm really looking forward to this when I enter in my table of benchmarks the first time, like Apple M1. that will be cool.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll see probably how much better it will be. Probably a lot, because like the Mac, especially the MacBook Air, had quite some throttling issues, and that'll be gone because now it's passively cool.
Yeah, and you know that, for example, the iPads, they when you have them at full power,
Mm.
uh, they get warm, but they never get hot.
Yeah, they never
So
get
that
hot
will
though.
be the same on like a MacBook Air. I just can't imagine that you're cutting, for example, a video in Final Cut, and the thing just doesn't burn your legs. It's just
Exactly.
warm.
So I mean, just thinking about this, like look at like this amazing performance on iPhone and an iPad, and then you go on a Mac Mini and you put a nice fan over there. No, there should be no thermal throttling at all.
Yeah, right.
It should just work 100% the whole time. So it probably, I mean, just imagine again, because I have no comparison, but
We can only imagine.
yeah, yeah, and I don't know why Apple didn't just like put their just slammed, like why didn't Tim get angry, slam his fist on the table and be like, and look how much better we are than
I don't know.
Intel. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do
Um,
that.
we can still buy, by the way, Intel Max of
Yeah.
those, but they really don't want you to.
No.
They price them like incredibly high,
Yeah.
and only the i5, and
Don't you
but
want
you can get the i7, no worries, but it's still incredibly expensive.
don't you want an i5 MacBook Pro 13-inch for $2,000? I mean, that's a nice deal, isn't it?
But what's so fun is you can get more RAM with the Intel ones than
Yeah,
you can get with the ARM
it's
ones.
true. You can get 32 gigs, but Apple isn't telling you about that.
And no, 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 because
No,
that's not important, right?
no. But then again, don't get us wrong. It'll surely be an awesome. Again,
Yes.
this might sound like we're hating a bit on them, but
No, no,
again,
no,
yeah,
no.
again, especially I would say the Mac Mini will probably rock everything. Especially you can get it for 700, like
Yeah,
six.
it's the cheapest Mac you can buy. Yeah.
Yeah, for $700, $699. That's crazy. Like an 8 core for that money.
Yeah, it's just insane. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really
So,
good deal.
so well, what I'm also really interested in how well Rosetta will work, the
Yeah.
new Rosetta, which translate Intel to I was about to say PowerPC, Intel to ARM or
Mm.
Apple Silicon.
Yeah.
See how well that works and if
Sure.
there are any speed decreases. I think we'll see plenty of tests of that on
Yeah,
YouTube.
definitely. Yeah. And probably really soon.
Probably really
Because
soon.
they're releasing on, if you're wondering, if you're just like, if you want to like YouTuber and be like, oh, I need it now, pre-order now, that then you can do it now and it will be there the 17th of November at earliest.
Yeah.
So next week.
So yeah, mate, do you see yourself using an ARM Mac in the future?
Well, not in the very near future, but because again, I no need to upgrade right now. But 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 yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
def.
no, maybe like when you wanna, for example, replace your PC, would you go for an ARM iMac or
Oh,
something?
that's what you mean. Okay.
Yes.
Um. Yeah,
Let's just say it was the same price and stuff, and it features the same, basically, just with ARM.
it's difficult because I always want my PC to be customizable. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah,
only
same
that's
here.
the
Yeah.
only problem. That's why I wouldn't say yes because if it's like the same power, like here's the thing: people don't get this, but I would love to have an iMac. I love iMacs. I think they're awesome products. But I just, with my PC, if something like, for example, my power supply died a couple of months ago because I was stupid and poured water over my keyboard and didn't disconnect it, clever me, um, and shorted everything, right? Or shorted the power supply. Like if this would happen to an iMac, I could go to the fancy Apple store and they would literally tell me, you know what, you're fucked.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Because yeah, Apple is shit when it comes to that. Yeah.
yeah, if you don't have Apple Care, I mean, then or if you aren't inside, probably the warranty wouldn't even like cover that, right?
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
No, that wouldn't because it's water damage. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So essentially, all you have to, and I don't want to know how much that would cost probably with Apple, but
And you can't buy a random iMac power supply.
no,
Not that easy.
no. I mean, you could, and it surely would work in some way, but would be really difficult.
Now, one thing I might add in also in there because I have a lot, do a lot with used iPhones and such. When right now iPhones and iPads they have iCloud locks. So when somebody smashes their screen and the stupid dumb run of the mill Joe doesn't sign out of iCloud, which
Mm.
happens, people don't do that.
Happens, yeah.
When you replace the screen, you can't activate it. that beautiful feature is now also on the Macs because
Thanks, Apple.
because of security, my ass. Yeah, I hate it. I hate him for that. Really,
Yeah, that's Apple.
that's a bummer.
Isn't like with the new iPhones also if you like replace the display, it ain't working?
I think not the display, but the camera.
Or the camera,
Yeah,
right? It was
the
the
camera
camera.
stops working.
Because security.
Yeah, yeah. So
Right.
yeah,
So
when
yeah.
it comes to that, I'm actually kind of glad that I'm on my PC and such because if my computer or something fails, I can just replace it and I know that it
Exactly.
will work after that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. And that's the thing. That's the only thing kind of holding me back. Like,
That's the only
yeah.
thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Because macOS is still my favorite operating system. I love it. I really love it.
Yes, macOS is awesome.
Yeah, macOS
If you
is.
can get over the ugly looks of Big Sur, I
Yeah.
mean, basically it's the same interface. It's just ugly.
Yeah, I mean, like we can talk about that because like when they announced Big Sur, like we looked at it, we both were like, don't know about that.
And then we saw it in person and we're like,
Yeah, sure, exactly. We even saw it in person already. Yeah, true.
yeah,
I mean, not for a long time because then the power went out.
I actually tried out a bit, but
Okay.
it's the looks aren't really something I'm too happy about, but it's still fine. It's still a
Yeah.
good operating system, I suppose. So.
I mean, they even showed it today, and I even looked at it again. I'm like, I don't know. It just looks a bit childish. I don't know. I can't explain.
I can't wait until the moment when some of my friends who have Macs update their Macs and they're like, "What? I installed now the OS from the iPhone on it. What did I do?"
Because that surely will work. Exactly. I mean, probably with the ARM Max.
Yeah, I would love to like 5 years down the road when DOS Dude 1 or something someone gets bored, they will just install iOS on our Mac
Yeah, but
because
probably it should be possible, right?
I don't know if it's that easy really, but
Actually,
in theory, yes.
yeah,
Yes.
but you probably would have to code everything around, right? Because iOS is so tightly coded that
Yes.
as soon
And
as it's a different processor.
iOS like never saw a keyboard, like a physical keyboard, so you would have to write a driver for it, or
No,
so
that
it
would
never saw an HDMI port or so.
like an HDMI port, like what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it doesn't need it.
it's kind of true. You never think about that actually.
Yeah, it's fun, but maybe somebody will do that.
Yeah, maybe one day someone gets really bored.
Yeah, so we'd have to jailbreak your Mac or
Oh.
something.
The days will come.
Yeah, the days will come.
Yeah, the Apple will hate us.
Yeah.
So yeah, but probably then the T3 is out and we can't do anything anymore. Because as soon
Yeah,
as
so
you
like it self-destructs when you do the
yeah,
T3.
probably when you like even slightly untighten the screw, like a machine gun comes out, is pointing at you, like stop.
Or like an alarm
Exactly.
gets started.
Then like an aluminium police car comes and Johnny Ive jumps out. It's like stop.
Wait, do you know that we're just talking shit?
No.
So yeah, this keynote, this was so incredibly not. We really did this build. They built up such a hype and such around this processor that they could have done so much more.
Yes, I don't know. It's just I think it also probably was because this was actually one of the keynotes we were quite hyped for.
Yeah,
And then it just was like, here's a MacBook Air. It's the exact same, just with this processor. Here's the MacBook Pro. Exact same, just with this processor. Here's the Mac Mini. Exact same, just with this processor. It was like, can you at least like I don't know, do something? Show me something? I don't know. Even open Skype. It would be nice. Like do something. I mean, they opened some programs. To be fair, they did that. But
hey, they showed screenshots of it. You have to believe them.
yeah, it's true. You have to believe them. But yeah, so I don't know. Still awesome products. We love them. Apart from like the RAM issue with the MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I think it's awesome. It will be
Yeah.
I mean, just imagining like when the the iMac will come out. like the desktop
Then it's
processor.
then it's maybe more exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, because that'll probably be like even more crazy and stuff, and hopefully then they have like more options, like maybe like 8 core, 16 core, and like something
Oh,
like
for
that.
sure, yeah, because you can't
Probably.
just say to that would be insane if you had like an iMac, you have this processor and be happy about it.
Yeah, be happy, deal with it. Yeah.
No, that can't be.
Nah, they
No.
can't do that. No, probably that's why they're not showing anything like that yet.
They will. I think they will come out with like an M1X or something or
Or
M2.
yeah, I heard they gonna call like all the mobile processors M. Makes
Mm,
sense. And like I heard like the others are gonna be H.
H. Okay.
H. I don't know what H stands for though. For like I don't know.
Hot.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It'll probably next year, probably at the WWDC.
I know I'm abruptly switching your topics, but
Do
mate,
it.
does anybody in this world still give a shit about any foldable phone?
That's a. Is anyone even talking about it anymore?
Not really,
Like
because as we said, it's just
we predicted it.
stupid.
We
Yeah,
predicted it.
nobody cares.
Yeah, people told us it will be awesome. It's the future. No.
No, that something like this is the future. The
Yeah,
ARM processor.
yeah, that'll be a game changer again. I think it will be crazy the
It will
performance gains.
definitely shake up the
Oh
industry
yes.
because maybe more will now think, maybe I'll put like a Snapdragon into my cheaper laptop, and then Microsoft will finally push to make a proper ARM version of Windows, some programs that actually
Yeah.
run on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, maybe, and we'll probably see. I mean, just imagining like a MacBook Air with so much performance that it can like render videos just like that at 4K. It's crazy to think about that.
Yeah, that would be insane. So you do think like in the very distant future, of
Yeah,
course, we'll only have ARM processors and like we will have like processors from Samsung because they have the Exynos, which are supposed to be really good, the new ones,
mm,
and the Snapdragons and the Apple Silicon. Like we'll have like laptops from Samsung and so with their processors. Do you
yeah,
think that?
yeah. That'll be really interesting to see how that all will pan out. Yes, I think because Apple always is like kind of yes, you can knock them for some decisions, but they're always like the trend starter. When Apple starts something, it'll probably change. Apart from USB-C, it was always that way.
Yeah, USB-C is like
The only
not
time it
really.
didn't work out, yeah. But when you think about the headphone jack going away, as soon as Apple did it, people started doing it. When you think about very very thin, like
Whether that's a good thing or not, you have to
yes,
debate.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
the industry followed a bit. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah,
because Apple like is of course like literally the biggest company in the world right now.
yeah.
And
It's crazy. Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy. And you've just, for example, very old no, old is a bit over the top, but iOS 7 was like the first real OS to be like a awesome flat, and then everyone started to do it.
yeah. They like Apple are really the first, and they just can't do it because they don't rely on like some legacy
Yeah,
software. Like people aren't using Macs to run some business
yeah,
administration or
yeah,
like some old ass servers which are built in the 90s and need to be maintained. Like
exactly.
people, you don't use Macs for that,
Yeah,
so Apple
Macs
can't do that.
Macs are
So
normally used in the creative branch sector.
and
That's the
yeah, and like just the regular and where it has really caught on is like the regular dude,
yeah,
like the
definitely. Like
because if you just imagine back like 5 years, nobody always like a MacBook. Hell nah, mate. And now, yeah, MacBook.
that almost like literally, if I go to university, there most people have either an iPad or a MacBook.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny
a
though
lot
that
of
everyone,
MacBook.
like so many people are like the MacBook Pros are so expensive, but then they all buy it. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah, and then they complain about like I had this one occasion where some guy would really rant about the tram ticket's gotten so expensive And then he has like a 15-inch MacBook Pro with probably i7 and all that.
Because that's not expensive, right? He probably doesn't have any money anymore now. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
probably. Oh yeah, and what pissed me off is because he also had like not an iPhone, surprisingly. He had a really expensive thing. It was a Note. Some big ass phone.
Yeah,
So he
that's
blew
probably
all
it.
his money on that.
Yeah. I have even one example. Like, a friend told me. I think I told you that example. He is a guy who like worked for like 3 months in the holidays in summer, and then he blew all his money on a MacBook Pro. He just wanted one. Yeah, fine. I mean, it's his decision.
Fine, yeah.
But the thing is, he like literally blew all his money. He couldn't even go to bars with friends anymore because of that. But he had the MacBook Pro. It's like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't even like go and have a drink anymore, I mean,
Yeah,
on.
he probably surely doesn't need it then either.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but then again, just wait a little longer till you have some money.
Yeah, please, or get an older one which is cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. You don't always need the newest one. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Even if I understand the ARM MacBook Air is probably leaps and bounds better than the MacBook Air 2017. But then again, if you do Word and Excel,
yeah,
why?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can do it on a Pentium 4 even.
Yeah, and even then you can do video and you can do so much still with the MacBook Air 2017. Just as an example. Yeah,
absolutely.
So just see a comment here actually.
Yeah, the clock speed we don't know because they never said it.
They never said it, so I'm sorry. Nobody knows. Is it on the website?
Knows. No, I was looking at it's only like Apple M1 chip.
So Apple isn't telling us the clock speed on.
I didn't find any. No.
That's typical Apple kinda.
I think it will be around like probably 2.5 gigahertz or so.
We'll see. I mean, the thing is, it'll definitely be. Again, the only thing we know is take the newest top of the line MacBook Air, for example, the 2021, and for example, GPU will be 5 times better, like top of the line we're talking. So there was an i7, I think, i7 1.2 gigahertz, and I think like CPU is 3 times, so it's not faster, so crazy number like that. So it will be definitely faster, but clock speed will have to wait till people do like tests and reviews.
Yeah, exactly. For example, the iPad i12 chip has 2.49 gigahertz.
Damn.
I think it will be around there.
It's kind of crazy. Think about that. An iPad has so much gigahertz.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it, but over here, I'm pointing away from the camera, but over there is like the iPad 2, like the iPad 2. Like with the 512 megabytes of RAM.
Yeah, it's crazy where we went.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There is an iPhone 4 with a single core A4 processor.
Yeah.
I think not even a gigahertz or 1 gigahertz.
See, and it even has an invisibility feature, as you just saw.
Oh, you couldn't see it, yeah. You see it now.
You see, it's invisibility. Only Apple can do it.
Anyway, why bother?
Yeah, but you all know the iPhone 4. It's not like.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, one last thing maybe to cover, and then we have perfect time length. So maybe because we didn't do a M8Cast actually on the last Apple event, I just thought about that.
Because it was so unspectacular.
No, actually, because I was at my friend's house. That was probably why.
Yeah, but you also didn't miss a whole lot.
Yeah. So just a quick reminder. You all know. I mean, it's not like we're surprising you with anything, because the YouTubers have pumped out 1 billion videos by now.
I don't even know what happened last Keynote.
The iPhones.
I don't remember.
The iPhones.
Oh, the iPhones. Yeah, you all know about those. So I think we don't talk about that.
The only thing we can say is if you have an iPhone 11, by God, don't update.
Oh, even if you have an iPhone 10,
sure.
It's not necessary. Those are all so freaking fast. It's no reason.
The camera is so crazy awesome.
Yeah.
You don't need it for your holiday pictures. You don't need like Dolby
really
Vision.
Don't need it. No, it's not necessary.
No, you don't. But yeah, if you again want to blow your money at Apple because they don't have enough,
then, No. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting a bit horsizing in here.
Yeah, Manfred's getting hotter. No, that doesn't make sense. How do you say that? His voice, he's
Uh,
losing his voice.
yeah, I'm losing my voice. Yeah.
Exactly. And my camera also froze, so that's a good time.
Yeah, your camera froze. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. We're just, you hear me now and it's fine.
It's like one of those, like, when you watch the news and somebody calls, like on the news TV show, it's always looking like this.
That was quite funny. I was watching like because the
Let's see.
2020 election was like until was happening for like 2 days. Ah, there we go. I'm
Yeah.
back. Well, no, 3 days. And through that time, I was watching an American sender. Yeah, sure, an American. How do you say?
TV show.
Thank you.
Channel.
Channel. Yeah, there we go. NBC, and it was quite funny because sometimes they were like, okay, now let's move to my colleague in Florida, and then they were looking at the camera, and you couldn't, you knew, oh shit, it's not working, and then and they were looking awkwardly at the camera for like a few seconds, and then they were like, ah.
Yeah, it's like if not even those TV stations can pull it off, how should we be able to do it professionally?
Exactly. But hey, so yeah, guys, that was the 6th Maidcast.
Yeah, mate.
With the new ARM Max, they're here. Pre-order them. More money up Tim Cook's, and yeah, no, really, awesome products.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and we will see all of you now. Manfred's camera also froze.
Really?
Yes. So that's
Yeah, great. So the perfect time that we stop now.
yeah, the perfect time. So that's the Maidcast, guys. I'm also getting now. I'm losing my voice, so that's a good moment.
Yeah, okay, mate.
Thanks.
And it was great, mate.
Yeah,
And,
my
see
colleague.
you later.
Yes, my colleague Manfred from the Samsung
Yeah.
headquarters.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll see you in the next Maidcast. Till later, guys.
See you later, mate. Sind wir schon offline?
Ja, der Klassiker immer sagen, wir schauen.